Hello, everyone. This is Siren, and I just want to give a huge shout out to UVS Games. They have gifted me an entire box of Reign of Kaiju to open for you guys, as well as an awesome Godzilla 1954 or Titan of Terror playmat. But a huge thank you to UVS Games once again. You can find Godzilla Reign of Kaiju in your local game stores currently. And next product will be My Hero Academia decks, which are looking to be incredibly sick. But without further ado, let's get into this playmat as we usually do. If you don't know, Godzilla 1954 or Godzilla Titan of Terror is the newest Godzilla. Well, not the newest, but one of the newest Godzillas added to our repertoire with the Godzilla Reign of Kaiju set, featuring the alt art for Godzilla Titan of Terror, as well as the beautiful dark red kanji on the side. I do really love this playmat. I think this is one of the best looking playmats that haven't been stitched. Um, just because it is very simple, very basic, but I personally really like that. But without further ado, I know we're all here for the main show, the Godzilla Reign of Kaiju booster box. Obviously, some of the coolest cards, at least, are Destructive Heat Ray, any chromes, obviously, and yeah. But we will get right into it. I won't waste y'all's time. There is a point code with these boxes. It is 120 loyalty points, as well as 24 nice, pretty booster packs. Now, I think we're just going to do normal. I was thinking of maybe doing like a pack game, but I think just normal cracking packs is going to be our best bet. I just got home from locals playing Shin Godzilla. Super cool deck. Godzilla set certainly has plenty of cool ones for us to try. But let me see if I can't get this zoomed in a little more here. That might be the best I can do, unfortunately. We have Towering Stature, Otherworldly Power, Crashing Down, Engage the Monster, Triple Beam, True 100% on a Fortif, Wrathful Spirit, Jet Jaguar, and Flying Menace, a Destroya card. Mechagodzilla arrives, Keep Need for Destruction, and Crystal Formation. I'm going to sort these out now. But one thing you might notice with this set is there is a lot of very cool, very interesting design spaces, especially with these cards like Mechagodzilla Arrives relating to the power tokens. One of the hallmark features of this set is the power token, which is sacrifice for +2 damage. And there's a lot of effects that will utilize those in cool ways. Next, we've got Built for Battle. Multiple interlocking rockets, Ruthless Guardian, Silk Cocoon, Combat Submarine, Brutal Fighting Style, King Ghidorah, Three-Headed Monster, and Shin Godzilla arrives. What a little cutie! If you don't know, Shin Godzilla is my favorite Godzilla of the set, and just in general. I am a massive Shin Godzilla fan just because I love the idea of evolution through the movie, and they performed it really well, in my opinion. I still have actually yet to watch the movie, but I've seen basically the entire thing through clips. But yeah, Shin Godzilla is definitely my little baby. I love my little bioterrors, as y'all know. Alright, speed it up. Aquatic Approach, Jet Front Kick, Spiteful Intention, Gliding Approach, Wrecking the City. Biolante arrives, a very powerful card in our current main deck of Bridget. Godzilla Shin Godzilla, there's our cutie. And a Sacred Guardian alt card. Wow, look at that. Beautiful Egyptian styling. I really do love that part of these secret rares. If you don't know, every secret rare alt is based on a different region or art style, you can say, with things like Sacred Guardian being inspired by the hieroglyphs and things like that, and characters like, or not characters, but cards like Destructive Heat Ray being based on old Japanese art styles. And then, you have like the King Ghidorah Unleashed, which is kind of on a um, Greek urn or Greek vase, which is very cool. But I do really love that fact about the secret rare alt arts. Benevolent Kaiju, Acidic Clutch is one of my favorite cards, just because I love always having 5 men. Burning and Brutal Bite. One of the coolest cards for our sweet boy Anguirus. Hopefully we can pull one of him. But if you don't know, Anguirus is my sweet little boy from this set. He is the guy I previewed, so he has a special place in my heart now, right there with Shin Godzilla. Sacred Guardian, though, I guess while we're opening, we'll kind of ramble about my feelings of the set. Overall, I'm very positive. I think the set is opening a lot of really cool design opportunities. There's our boy Anguirus and a Silk Rain. Lovely card. But as I was saying, I think the set is so cool. There's so many different avenues we're kind of exploring, We're looking at foundation destruction again. We've looked at 5 diffs, obviously, with the Godzilla sets. Power tokens as a whole are incredibly cool. Like, there's just so much going on that I'm loving the set. I love Sealed. I love just about everything about the set. Mecha Bombardment. There we go. If you don't know, every original character, I believe almost every original character from the Godzilla Challenger decks got their own ultra rare. Mecha Bombardment being Mecha Godzilla Bionic Menaces. So, rewards you for having a lot of removed cards, and, but yeah. Things like blasting off our Kiryus, things like that. No. But like I was saying, I think this set is just incredibly cool. Lots of different new kinds of decks are allowed to exist in the design space now, which is super sick. Mothra Divine Moth. And a beam combo. But yeah, like, so many cool decks are just allowed to exist in the format now, and I'm really loving that because, truthfully, I found old formats to be a little stale. Something I never really got to touch on, but I am definitely digging this new Godzilla format, and especially sealed. This set works incredibly well in the sealed format. We've got Space Godzilla, a very cool guy. It works very well in sealed because none of the cards feel too particular, if that makes sense. Like, you don't need to play a certain guy to get any value out of them with maybe the exceptions of the power token ones, just because if you don't play a power token generator, they can kind of be dead, but still. And Winged Death, the original Rodon Ultra Rare, a 0 high 6 Breaker 2. This is one of my favorite cards of the set again. I want to find something that really utilizes the card, because I think Breaker 2 on a move that can just get exponentially big is insane. Probably something with a character who can run like this in the 13 diff, or some of the Attack on Titan attacks. So maybe a Winged Death symbol plus death character? I'm not sure. But definitely a deck I want to try exploring some. Godzilla's First Emergence, one of our best rares we could be getting. Generating power tokens is very powerful, especially in our current deck of the format still, Bridget. Crushing Impact getting to be obnoxiously large and fast. And Destructive Heat Ray, just being able to, nuke them, as the kids say. Sweeping. Gigan and Plant Tendrils. A cutie little patootie. I love this set so much. I love calling them all my little cuties, but we are about halfway through the box, and what that means is we still have a lot of hits to go. If you don't know, you are, usually about on average guaranteed 5 to 6 URs, one secret, one alt, and then one alt character. So we still have a whole lot to see. It looks like something's coming up. A emerge from the depths. The ability to tutor from our discard pile is incredibly powerful and something I want to try with Allura. Under the life symbol, I just haven't gotten around to it yet, as there's so many cool things to build, but I digress. I do think an emerge from the depths Bridget deck is also very cool. Looping Great Pinky combo Mineta Bounce would be neat. Violante arrives. Gravity Beam Volley. The one check. How very cool. Bow, bow, bow. Adapting Tactics. Low guard. Anguirus and a fully charged blast, a 7 to 4 check, the return of the 4 check archetype in a sense, being able to sack 2 foundations to make 3 power tokens, and then get damage or get speed for each power token. Very cool card. I want to find a home for it, and it might just be in Bridget. I still haven't fully decided, as yes, making power tokens is very cool, but it is a 7 diff, which kind of sucks. Maybe it lives in some strange little, like, Shin Godzilla deck? Or does no? No, it doesn't have life. Well, we already know we have a crystal formation. Let's see here. Fire Rodon and a sky-piercing heat ray. Another very cool one that Titan of Terror gets to use. If you don't know, Titan of Terror lets you free play 5 difficulty its card from your discard pile at any point in your turn. No check necessary. So Sky Piercing Hero is a very cool finisher for that guy. And we've got Brush Off and Titan of Terror, speaking of our lovely lizard boy, and Jet Haymaker. But yeah, Titan of Terror is definitely looking to be one of the most predominant characters of this upcoming format. So I think any deck that can handle him relatively well is certainly in a good spot. I'm going to move these guys over. Any deck that can handle him very well is definitely a good spot in my opinion. Just make sure you're not, weak to the rest of the format, because that would suck. Mothra and a Zillion Agent. Another one of our new tutors. People are very worried about this card. I have a couple of locals nervous, thinking this is going to break the game. Overall, I think it's kind of fine, Having to find 2 and then removing 1 or removing both. Yeah, you have to lose 2 foundations. That seems alright to get to search your deck for 1 card. It's definitely no Koenma's task, although it is a little bit easier to get to, so I don't know. Maybe it is going to break the game. But that is the fun of a new set, is all the theorizing. Gigan and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Another one of my favorite foundations. I am a big Fighting for Control fan. And that card is just Fighting for Control. That also can boost your own checks, but it is at enhanced speed, so it's a little weird, but it's not quite Fighting for Control, but it is very close, and for that, we love it. Sweeping Destruction, Brush Off, Gigan, and Godzilla vs. Gigan. A very powerful card, to be honest, especially on the air symbol with all of the, like, Wombo Combo turn 2 decks that just want to play a bajillion attacks. Being able to stack a 5-check is very powerful. But yeah, unfortunately, it does look like we're coming to the end of our box, so we'll have to see what our last few hits are. A Hedora and a Repair, a 6 to 5 check action, gaining 6 health and making a free power token is very cool. Well, I don't think it is the greatest card in the world. I do think it is a very cool card, and it's one of the only 2 symbol cards in the set, if not the only. which is kind of interesting, right? We're revisiting old design levels, wrecking the city. A Gigan alt art, very beautiful. Our little space chicken and a fun horse. If you don't know, I am on as well as many of you probably know. I am on the team undefeated at locals, and our team captain Marvin Emery has been raving about Gigan. He is a sucker for anyone with the all symbol and who draws cards. So Gigan was definitely like right up his alley, and so getting the alt is very cool. But let's see what our last couple pulls are here. Batra and a soaring in the sky is very, very cool. I'm trying to think. I want to come up with a fun question for you guys to ask in the comments. Like to leave down there. I guess let me know what your favorite card in the set is. It can be a UR, a secret, a character, even just a common. Just tell me what your favorite card in the set is. As I'm very curious because I feel like everyone has a different answer. Probably for me, it would just be um Shin Godzilla because that's my favorite little guy. He's so cute. Let's see. Last pack, Ruthless Guardian, Jet Front Kick, Benevolent Kaiju, Kaiju Brawl, Gliding Approach, Brutal Fighting Style, Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, and King Ghidorah Unleashed. A very powerful card, but threat neutralized. The Protector of Life and Colossal Stare Down. But that has been all of our box. Let me get these put into their little piles really quick. But this has been our Godzilla box opening courtesy of UVS Games. Again, I want to say a huge thank you. This is truly an honor to finally get to do this, and hopefully you guys will catch me soon with both a Shin Godzilla deck profile and a cute short, like YouTube short style video I'm planning on making. But this has been Siren. Again, let me know what your favorite Godzilla card is. Is it Mecha Bombardment or Mecha King Ghidorah Unleashed? Or is it Gigan as a character? Who knows? And I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, you know, get this game out to more people, right? Not just boost my views. I just want to get the game out more. But anyway, this has been Sirens flashing out. Bye bye.